I have my wonderful first guest, RackSi. We're going to get into who she is and what she does very soon. But I want to say thank you guys for viewing our very first episode of Entrepreneur Monday. And this program is dedicated to entrepreneurs to help give them exposure on their business, no matter how big or small it is, in order to get them business, right? Because in this economy, in any kind of economy, I feel like sharing is caring. And when you give back, you get blessings. And I want to give back. Thank you to everyone who tunes into the James Show. I want to make it a little bit different, but this is specifically highlighted for entrepreneurs to hear their story, what they do, what they've gone through, and how you can help to support them and get and patron really good business. So, with that being said, RackSi, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So, little backstory, I met RackSi at a different business that I used to do business with who gives facials. And we built a great rapport, does a great job, and then RackSi branched out, did her own thing, built her own business that she's here to talk about today. And I want to highlight that business. So RackSi, introduce yourself to the people and tell them exactly what you do, how you do, and let's get into it.
Well, thank you very much, James, for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
So I'm RackSi from RackSi Skinnic, and I built my own business, branched off, solo esthetician. I'm located in Moreno Valley, California, and I provide esthetician. As an esthetician, I provide facial treatment services. I'm just a nice, relaxing vibe where you come in and I take a look at your skin and let you know what's going on, and we get a treatment plan going for you.
There you go. So now people that may not know, Moreno Valley is in the Inland Empire. It's Riverside County, so it's not too far from San Bernardino County, it's not too far from LA County, but if you're in the Inland Empire, you definitely want to use their services as far as the skincare. And not only that, most people think or getting a facial is just put something on your face. You know, the old school way was, what was that, the cucumbers on your eyes, you know, that you would see that all the time.
Yep.
But it's more to it than that. So tell the people exactly how you're different with how you do your facials, how you approach everyone's skin, because everybody's skin is different. And then we're going to go into a few other services that you offer as well.
Yes. So as far as for me, the way how I like to approach all my clients is building a authentic relationship with you. Okay. You come in. Well, even prior to you coming in, I do communicate with you as far as, you know, thank you for booking with me, get to know a little bit about your health history, your skin,
nice.
What you're currently doing to your skin.
I like that.
If you're on any medication from a dermatologist or from the doctor, I, ask that you bring that in, just to go over the products. Once you come in, I do a skin analysis, check out your face, what type of skin. What skin type do you have?
And this is all included in the first visit?
Yeah, this is all
perfect.
in the
I
first
just want to make
visit.
sure, okay.
Yeah, and then once that, then you relax in the treatment bed and we get started. I do a cleanse, you get a cleanse. I do a little bit of massage within there, some pressure points on the face, which is really important for like lymphatic drainage. Also, I do extractions, which is everyone's favorite. At least for an esthetician, it's our favorite. Not so much for client, but extractions.
But it helps. Every little bit helps, that's for sure.
And then we do a mask based on your skin type. If you're going in for an acne treatment, we target the acne, anti-aging, we target the deep wrinkles, and then we end it with some serums, and of course, the most important is your sunscreen, SPF.
There you go. I like it. So when you come in, so you offer different packages?
Yes.
So you offer different packages for men and women?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
And then you also give them the option of, is everybody get the same facial as far as the amount of time, or do you have different packages for time as well?
So the majority of my facials are a 75-minute.
Okay, that's a good amount of time.
Yeah, a good amount of time. It gives me time to, really get in there if you have a lot of extractions.
Okay.
I really like to take my time to do the massaging because, when you come in, you're either tired or you're stressed. So this is your time. I want
to
this
relax,
to be your zen time. Like come in and either sleep, or you could come in and we could chat it up.
Yeah, but don't snore though. No snoring. Yes. So, what made you take the lead? Because we want to talk about the entrepreneur side briefly as well. Because when I came and saw you, when I met you first, you were with a specific company. What made you take that leap of faith and say, you know what, I'm going to leave this guaranteed paycheck twice a month, or however the structure was, and just start my own? Because a lot of people won't do that.
Yes. So when I first got into the industry, I was actually working in corporate America.
Okay.
Let's back up February of 2020. The month before all the chaos started, right?
Right, exactly.
I did decide to take the leap of faith and quit corporate America. I was working corporate America since I was 17. So,
oh, wow.
And I'm almost 40. I mean, it's just a number.
Yeah, no,
okay.
you don't look at it at all. I was thinking like maybe 29, 30,
yeah.
something like that.
Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
So I took the leap of faith. I quit corporate, and I had the support from my family and from my boyfriend, and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna become an esthetician. And the week I was supposed to start school, that's when the world shut down.
Hit.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
So here I am, not working. I was supposed to start school. I always wanted to spend a lot more time with my son, because with school and him going to school, with work, back and forth.
Right.
I'm like, I want to spend more time with my son, and well, here we are. Now it's full time.
Now you have a lot of time, right?
Now I have a lot of time.
I wasn't expecting this much time.
Which is a blessing, but I mean, as parents, we know how that goes.
Yes, definitely, 100%.
So finally, schools, we were able to get into school. Structure was so much different. We weren't able to see clients one-on-one.
Right.
We had to sit far apart. Sometimes we still had to close, come back in. So it was
just different
it was
across the board.
Yeah, an ordeal. And then still not, like, it was uncertainty in the world, like what's gonna happen.
Right.
So moving forward, I got an opportunity to work at a company, and I was there for like a little bit over a year. And then from there, I was like, well, with the commute, because I was commuting from Moreno Valley to West Covina.
Oh, wow, okay.
So that in itself is a long,
right.
a long commute.
It's a nice drive.
Working part-time there. So I decided, you know what, let's try this on my own.
Okay.
So I did. I tried it on my own, and I've had a lot of support from pretty much strangers that I've met out in Moreno Valley.
Wonderful.
I don't really know nobody out there.
Okay.
But now, strangers have become friends, and I've had a lot of support. And my first time in having my own spot, a year later, I have another spot now.
Love it.
I left my previous spot, and now I'm renting a different spot.
Okay, good.
So just a lot of support from.
That makes a difference.
Yes, most definitely. A lot of support from a lot of people.
Good support is key to success. Because a lot of times when people, and we see memes and social media, they'll say, you're starting a new job, and they're like, oh yeah, good job on a new job, but I'm going to start my own business. Like, oh, wait, what? Why would you do that? Like, why would you want to do that? The good part about that also is now you're saving money with gas going so high. You being in Moreno Valley, you have to drive back and forth, but you offer great service. You took a leap of faith. Now you're moving forward, and it's becoming good for you. So now tell the people all the services that you offer. I know we offer the facials, and we talked a little bit off camera. What else do you offer?
So aside from the facials, I got into the lip blushing industry.
Now break that down a little bit for us.
Lip blushing is semi-permanent tattoo.
Okay,
so that's like
on your lips?
Yes, on the lips.
That's interesting.
So that's a whole different industry, two different industries coming together, but I happen to really like it. I took the course, I found it interesting, and I really liked it. I did really well in the course, and it's something that I now offer. So it's semi-permanent tattoo on your lips. For ladies, you come and pick your color that you want, and we tattoo it on your lips.
Wait, so you get it? So I can pick purple, green, yellow if I want to, and get it tattooed?
Any color you want.
Wow, wow! The cosmetic industry has really changed. That's changed a lot. Okay, so I can get a facial, and I can get my lips colored.
And lips colored, and then also waxing. I now do offer waxing services.
Waxing services.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Now is that for men and women or just women?
For men and women.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. So I do everything except for brows and Brazilians. Yes.
So you're saying that men get Brazilian waxes?
Yes, men do get Brazilian waxes.
Damn, that's crazy. Okay, I never knew that.
Yes,
that's a thing.
It's a thing.
Okay.
It's pretty big in the industry. You'd be surprised.
I've always heard of women, but I've never heard of a man getting Brazilian wax. That's a different conversation.
Want to be clean, but yes.
Hey, whatever floats your boat.
Exactly.
That's definitely floating the boat too. So you have 3 options. Now, do you offer any of that in a complete package, or would that all be separately? How does that work for you?
Since they're different, pretty like facial
Procedures?
as itself, so it would all be different.
Okay.
But I do offer packages as far as like if you're gonna come in for like an acne treatment. I do offer like multiple services for that. That way, if you need like a 6-week treatment, we could work out.
Gotcha.
There are packages for that.
Okay, good. So one of the reasons why I wanted to have RackSi on is because I believe in the services. I think I saw you, I was coming almost every week or every 2 weeks when you worked for the other company. And when I tell you, she mentioned earlier the zen and relax time. It is the best time. Getting a facial, for one, I never had a facial before, never really thought about it, but it is not only very relaxing, but it is essential to you just refreshing yourself. Like our real estate, which I do, and entrepreneurship is just difficult. And if you work a regular job, if you're an athlete, an entertainer, if you are if you work for a police department, if you park cars, all of it can be stressful in the day, especially in this world. And if you want to relax, this is the place to come. This is the person to contact. And I guarantee, not even 100%, 1,000%, you will be very happy with the services and you will come back repeatedly.
All right, so with coming to RackSi Skinnick, I do like to be very personable with my clients. I like to build that authentic relationship. So even after you leave, I'm still connecting with you. If I have you on a treatment plan, hey, how's it going?
Right.
How are the products? I don't like to just leave you.
Oh, wait, hold on. I'm sorry. Really quick. You mentioned products twice, so tell me the products that you offer, because we didn't talk about that.
The products that I offer?
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about that as we close out.
So, sorry.
No,
wait.
No, the product, you said that you offer products.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the products that you offer to the people. Let's tell them about the products that you have.
Okay, so as far as the products, I do have like cleansers and toners,
nice.
Your serums and lip scrubs, and also body scrub.
Nice.
That I do offer there.
Okay, perfect.
Yes.
Now, can they get that repeatedly after the facial as well? They can order that from you?
Yeah, they could purchase in store at the shop, or they could also purchase online, and it could be mailed.
Okay,
mailed to them.
give them the web address also. What's the web address to purchase?
So the web address is www.roxyskinnick.com, and that's all together.
Okay, Skinnick, SKINIC.
IC, yes.
Skinnick.com.
Skinnick.
Okay, RackSiSkinnick.com. Okay, love it. Okay, so now, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you,
No,
but you
you're good.
mentioned the products twice, and I didn't want to lose the thought on letting you tell the people about the product. So let's talk about, like I said, as we close out, tell them why they should come to you. And I mean, I know why they should come to you, so I'm going to tell them as well, but tell them why they should come to you.
So once you come to me, then I also continue the relationship with you. I follow up with you and check to see how your skin is doing, how are you liking the products, if you have any questions. And I send monthly newsletters to you.
Nice.
And also to all the clients who I have emails from, just to keep them posted on any upcoming events, any tips, any skincare tips, any new product coming out,
any discounts coming out,
any discounts, promotions, that are happening at RackSi Skinnick. And a lot of clients have become really good friends, because it's that authenticity,
yes.
that I keep with the clients.
Good.
Yes.
I'm happy to hear it. So if you have someone that's that passionate about their business, they're going to be passionate about your body, in your face in particular, because you don't want everybody just touching your face. I hate when people poke your face, and children, your nieces, nephews, people like that. So since you're that passionate, I highly recommend it. Let's tell them your social media platforms that you're on, what your handles are. We're going to also post it on our TikTok, on our Instagram, and on our website, so you can contact her directly and make an appointment, but let them know what that is, please.
So my IG handle is at RackSi Skinnick, at RackSi Skinnick.
Okay.
And then my email address, the same, RackSiSkinnick@gmail.com.
Got
Having
it.
to remember, I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Now, are you on TikTok yet?
I am kind of on TikTok,
Okay.
kind of not. I know that's like a thing I have to kind of go
Yes,
towards, so I'm working on
Okay,
that.
so when we have the TikTok, we'll post that as well.
Yes.
Now, let the people know how do they book with you? What is the best way that you prefer for them to contact you to book an appointment or a consultation?
So the best way to book with me, you could go on my IG and click the book me button, or you could also go onto my website and just set an appointment, and it'll send you straight to my appointment book, and you could schedule an appointment through there. And then if there's any questions as far as like scheduling, you could always give me a call or DM me, text me. I have all my information on my IG and on my website.
Perfect. So before we end this, I want you to talk about a grand opening, not a grand opening, but a re-grand opening. Give me a little bit about what you're going to be doing out at the new location so we can let the people know they can come out.
So Sunday, August 7th, I will be having a 1-year anniversary relocation type event. I'm having vendors, so it's a pop-up event, free for the community, because same, to support all businesses.
Right.
So it's not something where you're gonna come and pay. You come, you set up, and have the community come.
Nice.
And we're gonna have tacos, some drinks. Jumper for the kids.
Good.
And just mingle and support businesses. And also I'll be having promos that day. If you book a facial, then you get a prize, and we'll have raffles.
Okay.
So it's definitely going to be a lot of fun, and mostly just out there to support all the small businesses.
Good deal. So now, if a vendor wants to come out and be a part of it, do they have to just contact you directly?
Yeah,
Is that
just
the best
contact
way?
me directly.
Okay.
And then we'll get you all set up. I'll send you the information, and it's going to be from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m.
And that's on August 7th?
Yes,
Is that
Sunday,
a
August
Saturday?
7th.
That's a Sunday. Okay, so Sunday, August 7th.
Yes.
We'll make sure we post the information for you as well. And we want everybody to come out and support if you're in Moreno Valley, because Moreno Valley is the city.
Yes.
Okay, so Moreno Valley, the surrounding city, Riverside, Paris, come on out and hang out with us. I'm going to definitely be there. Get you a raffle, have some fun, get some food, support the community, and support this wonderful business.
Thank you.
Thank you. Vance, thank you for coming on Entrepreneur Monday.
Oh, no problem.
I appreciate you, man.
All right.
If you all don't know, which he will introduce himself, Vance is a multimedia specialist, from pictures to video, and let me not say it. He's going to tell you about it. But Vance has produced and directed the last 3 episodes of the James Show.
Yeah.
So he does a wonderful job. I want you all to meet him. He's a great entrepreneur. So Vance, introduce yourself to the people, tell them what you do, and then let's get into it.
Well, my name is Vinny Torquato. I run a studio called Mount Monkey Design, and primarily we do logo designs and brand identity.
Okay.
But I learned all these skills that I'm doing now. I've learned them along the way.
Okay.
So that's why I've been doing them on the side right here for you,
Right.
and for everybody. So.
How long have you been doing it so far?
Graphic design or
just everything across the board, the whole package?
Well, I've been drawing since I was a kid,
Okay.
And
so now you can draw freestyle?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So I've been drawing just since I was seriously a kid.
Okay.
Till my dad showed me how to shade with pencil with toilet paper. He's like, they showed me how to do this in jail.
Okay.
And ever since then, I tried to do realistic stuff, and then as a 10-year-old, I got into comic books.
Okay.
12, started getting into graffiti.
Nice.
And then that's where I started learning to draw characters and do coloring and inking, and there's so much things that go into all that stuff,
Right. So anything that you want done, modern or old school, you can do it for the most part.
Pretty much.
Yeah, you can do it. Now, so you start with not the graphic, but you start with the illustration. That's the word for it I'm looking for. And the drawing, the comic books, and then you slowly but gradually elevate to the video production and the cameras. How did you get into that part of it?
Well, and when I graduated high school, I took a year off.
Okay.
And then I went to college for graphic design.
Nice.
And now me being a b-boy, background,
Right.
graffiti, all that.
Okay.
I didn't even know what graphic design was. My
Okay.
friend said, "Oh, well, this is just like art on the computer now, you know."
Gotcha.
So we went to a college that pretty much just showed us what the Adobe programs were,
Okay.
and showed us very little, but I got that certificate, you know.
Right.
And that was around 2002.
Okay.
I graduated. So from there, I pretty much taught myself, because once I learned everything, I learned even what branding was, you know.
Right.
I didn't know nothing about that.
Oh, wow.
I was so just
Just doing your own thing,
doing
just
my own
freestyling.
thing. I was
Yeah,
still a kid
freestyling.
too, you know,
Yeah.
just doing art. Yeah.
So you get that. You learn the Adobe, because Adobe, like Adobe Premiere, Photoshop,
Yeah.
Illustration, what is it, Glass House, something like that. I don't know if I said that right, but all those Adobe programs, it's a lot. There's a learning curve. So
Yeah.
you got the basics of that. You already had the illustration. Culturally, you're part of the B-boy. I mean, I think everybody loved breaking in B Street. So we love the B-boy culture, period. So now you graduate from the graphic part of it. And then what makes you start the company? And then you have to tell the people, how did you get the name Melt Monkey? You got to tell us how we got that.
Well, that comes, I guess that's from my b-boy graffiti background.
Okay.
Because it started out as, I used to do these faces, they were like melting faces. And that was my thing, like, you know, if you see the melt face, then
That was
that's
you,
Melt.
your signature.
So it was Melt. And then along the line, when I was getting into more technical drawing, I drew out the monkey, which is actually the logo now.
Okay.
And originally it was an A, because I was doing like a letter, but like a character letter.
Gotcha.
It was an A, but it was a monkey. And then I liked it so much, I was like, oh, man, how can I
Blend the two
blend
together.
it together?
Yeah.
And me and my friend bounced ideas off, like, well, what about a .com? Melt monkey. And they just rolled off the tongue right. So I made it a word. I made it one word, Melt Monkey. You know,
Okay.
It's not Melt Monkey, it's just one word. And that's where it came from.
Okay.
And from there, Melt Monkey, after I decided that, became like a clothing line.
Oh, nice.
And because I was real deep into the rave scene too. So
Okay.
we did a clothing line that was real psychedelic, bright colors.
Okay.
Melt Monkey, you know. So then, that kind of did, clothing is hard to do.
It
you
is,
know?
yeah.
Apparel is hard to
It
do,
is, even with the
especially
t-shirts.
I'm not like, at that time, I wasn't real business.
Right.
You know, I was
Right.
I would give the shit away pretty
Right,
much, you
right.
know, at the raves.
You just wanted to get out
The
there.
kids are like,
yeah.
oh, I like it, but I can't afford it.
Right.
You know what, get
Here you
people to
go.
come, here you go,
Yeah.
you know. And that didn't go far.
Right.
Because I would take any profit I did make, that
Yeah.
was paying bills.
Exactly.
You know, so I didn't reinvest it.
Right.
And that just is downfall. So that went to the sidelines, you know.
Okay.
And during that time, that was like my side thing, and I had gotten a job at a screen print and
Okay.
embroidery place. And that's where I pretty much built my business and structure of doing design technically, and not so, how do you say it, like graffiti and freestyle, like
Got
that
you.
style, you know. It was
You made
more
it. You
like
structured the business. You structured the
I
business.
learned the structure
Right.
at that job, because in that job, I had moved from the warehouse doing sketches into the art department.
Oh, nice.
And then when I moved into the art department, I was still barely learning the programs. You
Okay.
know, I was learning them. Illustrator, that's where I became a master, because I moved up within a couple years, and then I had like 3 artists under me,
Okay.
and they were helping me in my department. We did the embroidery stuff, so it was real simplifying stuff. But so I learned how to do that thing, you know, like manage people and,
Right.
and
So you learn the business side of it. And that's one thing that
Yeah.
a lot of people talk about. Like, we have the passion, we have the drive, we get into it, but we don't know the business.
Yeah.
So we don't make the money. Or somebody comes in that knows the business and takes advantage of it.
Uh-huh.
You know, so you got a chance to start from the beginning, back, like you said, high school, all the way up to where now you're mastering the programs, you know how to illustrate, you know how to draw, all these different things, and then you learn the business.
Yes.
And you start the business.
yes.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about that. How long have you actually
Well,
been in structured business?
The structured business started after the pandemic.
So that
Of
everything
course,
starts in the
everybody
pandemic.
started
Yeah,
after
I
the
mean, but
pandemic.
you had time. What else could you do? That was great. Yeah.
Well, it's because, you know, that company I worked for, they went through a lot of changes, and at the end they had split, and I stayed with one half of the company.
Oh, okay. It was partners.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So during the pandemic, we held on as long
As
as
you could,
possible,
yeah.
and then finally
Had to let it go.
Closed. I was even still working there without even getting paid, just kind of helping them get by and do things. So yeah, that was crazy.
That's very nice of you.
But along the lines, I was already, because there I was doing more production work and helping things. It was fast paced.
Okay.
And my passion for branding came about somewhere along the line when I was along the years, and I really had a passion for, like, I love logos.
Right.
Simple logos and branding.
Okay.
Because as I educated myself, I learned that that's pretty much the start of any business.
Is your logo.
Is the branding, the logo, because that's gonna give the feel and look and the character of what the brand is, you know.
And it's going to attract the people too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we were talking before a couple of days ago. You told me you actually draw the logos out.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if it calls for,
or you can draw it out if you need it. Like if somebody has a specific design and idea. So basically, you can take a person's thought and put it on paper, whether it be not handwriting, but hand drawing or through the computer. Either one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the from nothing to something.
There you go.
Like, you know.
And that's how you want to do it. So now tell the people, what all services does Melt Monkey provide as far as media and marketing? What do you provide?
Well, Melt Monkey, our main thing is brand identity, design and strategy. So
now break that down a little bit.
So when you get a brand identity, which is your logo and the colors and the copy you're going to use, style of photos you're going to use. Some people just want a logo, but they don't think of it that far ahead of. And then when they get that far ahead, they're like,
"Oh, I'm stuck. What do I do?"
Yeah, I don't like the way this looks from back here because they never strategized it. So that's why whenever I do a logo, the first thing is a strategy session.
Okay. When you meet with any client, you give them a strategy session, not just like, okay, what do you want for a logo? You give them, you help them think further down the line, not just for today.
Like what I do is I try to see where they're at, how serious they are.
Okay.
And if that's what they want, just like a run the mill real quick, I'll do it, you know. But, you know, I like to drop that stuff out. I'll say, I'll do it, but I'll give it to somebody that can handle that for you and give them in. But primarily through me, I like to do a strategy session first so we can see what's going on.
Okay.
You know, you had an idea to use a circle, but after picking your brain, it seems like maybe a square will work. You know
right.
Like, and then picking the brain, they also realize, oh yeah, maybe a circle.
That is better, yeah.
So that once I get into the design segment of it, there's no mistake. You know, they're gonna get pretty much. I'm giving them what they
want.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because as a designer, all these years, that's the work. The clients are picky and they want it yesterday.
Yeah.
Like that, you know.
That's true.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
You know.
I get that. So now you have it. You can do the artwork. You can freestyle. You can do the computer. Tell us a little bit about the video aspect, because right now with social media, everybody knows that's really big across the world, across the planet. You do the filming as well. What all do you do as far as the video aspects of it?
Well, for the video, actually in college, I actually took a multimedia course too.
Okay.
So that's why I knew a little bit about it. I already knew Premiere and After Effects, but I never got to really indulge in it, you know, and use it. So especially because doing logo designs and stuff, it's more static and branding is just graphics.
Right.
But coming here, and then that's the new thing. Video is like the future. Everybody's doing video. Everybody wants a video. So I thought, hey, you know what? These skills will work with this too. Now I'm just feeling like an octopus, you know, like doing this.
Videos, logos, everything.
Yep.
So you like doing the video. So what is your forte as far as videos? Will you do long video, short video, or whatever a client wants, you'll do it for them? If they want a commercial, if they want segments, how does that work for you?
Yeah, it's pretty much whatever they want, I will do. You know, of course, it's the budget, you know.
Yes, whatever they can afford, right.
Right. So, and I'm pretty confident I can do whatever, you know.
Got you.
Like I know the programs, just like
the back
Photoshop and Illustrator, I can do anything. I can duplicate anything, you know.
And that's perfect because now you're a one-stop shop, right? You got the video, you know all because most people use Adobe Premiere, and that's a little bit higher end than your regular iMovie and things like that.
Yeah.
You know how to do that. Then you can freestyle draw, you know graffiti, and you can do it on the computer. Like I said, the octopus analogy is accurate because now you can do it all.
Yeah.
So if someone wants to come to you Do you put together package deals for like I do real estate part-time, entrepreneurship. We have other companies and businesses that I'm doing. Can you put together a package for someone like me or other people who want to say, okay, well, I have 3 different companies. I want these different things. Can you do that for them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah. I actually like to do it that way better.
Okay.
You know, so that the package, everything's consistent, you know, the branding's on, and then I'll give them like 2 choices of package or something. You
Got
know?
it.
Yeah, I definitely like to do that.
Okay.
Offer that.
Now, do you have anybody working with you, or are you just doing solo right now?
Right now I'm solo.
Okay.
A few freelancers that if I need to overflow, I
Reach out to
them.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So right now, but I'm looking to build as I start getting things because I only have so many tentacles. You know? So,
right.
So I'm looking to add on to that, especially the graphic design part where I'll be doing more of the creative thinking and the strategy.
Okay.
And then I'll delegate, you know.
From there. And that's one of the things you just said, the creative thinking and strategy, because a lot of people see social media and they say, I want to do that, or I want to do this, or make mine just like that. But you don't know if that actually fits your personality, if that actually fits your business. You don't know if copying someone is going to actually get you business. So the fact that you actually sit with them and go over branding, go over strategy, separates you from all the other companies that just want to make a quick dollar and says, give me, opposed to saying, hey, you know what, let's figure out what's going to actually bring you in business. Exactly. That's a good thing. So the other part to that I want to say is that if you can let the people know your information, how to contact you, so we can get you more business, not only in real estate, but just across the board, because people like you, so let me say this, there are a lot of marketing companies because marketing became popular, right? So give me this much money, I'll post this, I'll do that, but what you're saying is very far and in between. So how do people contact you? And then after that, I want you to talk to the people, because some people still aren't convinced about the influence and power of social media.
Oh, yeah. Well, you can check out meltmonkey.com, MELT, it's meltmonkey.com, and then at meltmonkey on the socials. And then,
Now, what platform? You're on IG. What else are you on?
Facebook.
Any TikTok?
TikTok, kinda.
A little bit. Okay. All right. But you're
still,
there.
I'm still
building it.
Building that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand. So the main ones are Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So for the people at home that are worried, and I hear this quite often, oh, I look fat on camera, my hair doesn't look right, my skin doesn't look right. They have all these excuses of why they shouldn't do it. Tell them what the alternative is and just how to get started and not worry about, what people may say or what they may comment, and make it happen.
Well, I mean, first of all, work on your confidence.
That's true.
You know?
No, that's good.
Work on your confidence.
That's good.
And get over it, because a lot of people do say that even the voiceovers, if you just do a voiceover, you can do that. But then people are like, I hate the way my voice
sounds. I hear that all the
time
too. You're right. It's always something. It's like, come on, you gotta just do it.
So if you're really serious about taking the leap, you know, just do it. You know, and then also if you're good with copy, you can do it just in writing. You know? That's another thing. Depending on who you are, you know. If you're a foodie, you can take pictures of food and just keep consistent.
Right.
You know? Consistency is one of the main key
it's
things.
You're right.
So
what he's saying is that you got to just do it.
Yeah.
Like there's going to always be an issue. My voice, my weight, my height, my this, my that. And you'll be, like you said before, you'll be surprised how many people follow you. Exactly. Because even with you being scared, the fact that you do it, people can respect the fact that you did it. And they'll say, if this person did it, I know I can do it. If this person did it, I know I can do it. So you're already starting a domino effect of confidence that you didn't have or we didn't have, and instilling that in other people because they saw you do it. Exactly. So that's a good thing. So we were going into how do people contact you? I know we had you're talking about the website, 1-800, not 1-800, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the phone number. You was talking,
meltmonkey.com.
Meltmonkey, MELTMONKEY.com. You have the social media platforms, and you offer different packages. So if you're in entertainment, sports, real estate, retail, whatever the industry is that person's in, you can help them with it. Yep. Okay, yes. Good deal.
I can do anything.
Okay. And the great part about it is not only is he saying he can do anything, he's passionate about doing it. Because some people are just about a check.
Yeah.
He hasn't mentioned money not one time. So his passion has been since he was 3 or 4, sketching with the tissue and the pencil up until now, and that makes a big difference when you're hiring somebody to help you build your brand and your company.
Definitely.
Yeah, so with that being said, man, thank you for coming on.
Oh,
thank you for supporting. I was nervous about doing Entrepreneur Monday, but you said, hey man, get over it and let's make it happen. So thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for your help on the James Show. I'm grateful. We're going to post all of his information on all of our social media platforms, our website. So please support him. That's what Entrepreneur Monday is about, supporting small, medium, large businesses, people who have taken the leap of faith, people who have good skills and good customer service, and supporting them. That's what it is. So support. Thank you again.
Thank you,
and we'll see you next week.